What's up guys, Smack here, hope you're all doing well. I'm going to take you through my first recorded full war. I actually missed 2 fights, so it's not a full war, but I'm going to walk you through these fights and talk about kind of my game plan for my path, what I'm looking out for, and what I'm specifically trying to do for the mini bosses and bosses, because that's typically what I'm also planning for. I actually look at the bosses and mini bosses first, and then try to see what champions kind of fit on my path that can also take the bosses, because that's kind of just the standard I've set for myself in my battle group. Hopefully you can learn a thing or two and you enjoy this video. This is also the first of this video I'm making, so any feedback is super appreciated. Let's get into it. First up, we got a Maestro fight. This is the first fight on path 9. You need its hazard shift, rupture, and bleed, so you need at least one of those immunities or resistances, right? Onslaught is of course resistant to bleed, and specifically there's also another node here. It's when you throw your special, it's power efficiency, I think is what it's called. When you throw a special, you still keep half your power. It only costs, as you saw there, 1 bar of power to throw his special 2. Also just got hit there. Nice. Totally wanted that to happen. I like using Onslaught for a lot of fights on this path in general. Obviously he's super clutch for this because of the immunities, because you heal from the bleeds, from incinerates and shocks. Super good. As you'll see, this will not be the last fight I take with him. And the reason I like him for Maestro specifically is because so much of his damage is from the SP2 degens, right? Which we're building up to now. We have to kind of use 2 SP1s to build up the Nero shocks and not use basics, because when Maestro glances, which is going to be most of the fight, you can't place the Nero shocks unless it's through special attacks. So use 2 SP1s there to build up to 20, and here we're going to let the SP2 rip. And if you get to this point in the fight, like I've made a few mistakes, I've hit into him while ruptures are active and gotten some debuffs on me. I took a SP2 hit to the face. As long as you get to this point in the fight, it's pretty much over. Yeah, so that was pretty clean there. Up next, we have a little Dark Phoenix fight here. So obviously Dark Phoenix, super tough defender, and I don't have a Mystic Champion to fight her, but we're still going to get through it because of the shock on this node, right? The shock is going to super help Onslaught ramp up his Nero shocks, so that we just get a few shocks on us, we're taking no damage from them, and those Neros are just going up and up and up. The node here, along with the hazard shift, is I forget the exact name of it. I should just in these videos start going onto the nodes themselves so you can see them. I'll do that for the future, but it's the one where they can ramp up super quickly to SP1, the opponent does, and then once they hit SP1, the power they gain is dramatically toned down. So they're very likely to throw the SP1s if you don't kind of hold block and try to disincentivize, that's the word, disincentivize them from throwing the SP1. But here we got the degens on her so quickly from the ramped up Nero shocks from the shocks on us. A lot of shocking, yep. And again, kind of the last fight with Maestro, even though we're taking the chip damage, we're taking some of the Nova Flame damage. Once you get 20 degens on the opponent, here I have 5 poisons on me. I was a little bit scared here of getting damage over time to death, and the full evade here was super clutch. I definitely could have died there. Honestly, I got lucky with the evade. I don't always get that evade, and also just lucky that she didn't throw any other SP1s earlier on in that fight. But in order to try to get the AI to cooperate there, you just have to hold block and take blocked hits into the combo, and either counter with the heavy or counter their heavy, or counter after they do a 5-hit combo into your block. That's really the only safe way to make sure that happens. Here we have a little Venom fight. This is what, poison, and I want to say shock? No, it's not shock. It's poison and something else. But anti-venom, is pretty great for this. Obviously, you guys know I love my my anti-venom. Poison and cold snap, that's right, duh. For almost every time I try to take this node, it's going to be a poison immunity, just because cold snap immunes are pretty rare in the game. But Venom, not a tough defender. This node, I totally get this placement. This node is here, or the other node here is that the defender, it's kind of the opposite of the last one, where they shoot up to SP2 really quick and then they dip off in power. And it's because SP2, oh wow, I forgot I got parried here, and I get these bleeds on me. Guys, these bleeds, look at this. I literally thought I was going to die from these 2 bleeds. And I was so surprised, because I was like, this is just base kit Venom. I know he has a few Furies there, of course, but super duper scared me. Pushed him to SP2 here, got the evade off, and I'm kind of thinking about it now. So I get why they placed him here. The SP2 for Venom is a little dangerous. You can just block it though. I should, and I'm playing anti-Venom. This is like his whole thing. Block the special attacks and you get more power. So that's what I should have been doing. But I didn't think about it. I think here I start to block, yeah. And pretty much now the fight's over. We have the Furies, we send the Striker, get some crits there, fight's over. Way more risky of a fight than it should have been. I just totally should have just ended up playing that safer. And then here, video's over. We had that serpent there. I took that. I forgot to record. I'm still getting used to trying to record everything. But there was a serpent there. Took that with Onslaught. That's the bleed and incinerate, and then one-eyed open node. Bleed and incinerate, Onslaught, each through that. It's like there's nothing there. It's actually just healing him and helping him. The incinerates ramped his Neoshocks up. SP2, 20 degens. Even though Serpent's an annoying defender, there's just so much damage there. So that was a pretty simple fight. And then the next one, I forgot to record, was a Shathra versus Hulkling takedown and the Rich Get Richer node. That fight was legitimately over in like 45 seconds. Super easy fight. I'm sorry again. I will make sure to get all these fights recorded in the future. This is my first time doing this, so on to the next one. Next fight, we have a Photon fight here. We're going to be using Onslaught again. This is node 48, the one with the stun reflection and safeguard, right? So basic hits not really be doing anything. They'll be doing something. It's still 1% damage. It's something. And the main thing you want to prioritize here is the damage over time. There's also, I forgot about that, there is Bane here. Totally forgot about that. Such a fun little node combination. Here we're gonna push her down with some pretty low charges. I hate throwing Photon to SP2 while she's in her overload phase. I feel pretty good about perfect blocking the SP1 while she's in the phase, but I will really I will die if I try to perfect block the SP2. So here, it's just kind of a standard fight. We're building up our Neoshocks. I like having Onslaught for this because Onslaught counters miss, which is pretty important part of Photon's kit here. But we have the degens up now. Again, once you get to this point with Onslaught, it's just like, all right, survive, keep the degens going, heavy counter so you can pause those things, and the fight's good to go. Ooh, felt the dex there. Almost dead. That's scary, but we have so much damage from the degens. This is rank 4 Onslaught, by the way. So much damage from the degens there, able to tear through the fight pretty easily. Last fight, we have the War Boss here. We're going to boost up, just normal boost, nothing crazy. For all these fights before, I was not boosted, which I definitely should have been, but I didn't die, so it's fine. For this fight, you guys know I love anti-venom. I think he is so good for Nico. He obviously has the poison immunity, which is super, it's almost a necessity when fighting her, so that way you don't just die from poison. I'm gonna go for placing Spectres first. Also block the SP2 so that you get all your power, right? It's not a lot right now, but it will be a lot in the future, and still some power there is better than nothing. That's still 100 at the time. It was 3 debuffs. It's 120% increased power gain rate. Here, I'm not gonna block that. I could have blocked the first few hits, which I think I'm gonna do later in the fight, but I'm not gonna block those ones because the last hit there does like the big direct damage burst, so I definitely want to avoid that. We're gonna launch SP3 here. This is gonna be where the ramp really starts to go crazy. Block these? Yep, nice. The power there is definitely pretty nice. But yeah, we're gonna race up to SP1 to get double debuffs. Yep. And then block again this SP2. So look at that power that we're getting. We're almost right back up to an SP1 already, which is fantastic. But Nico obviously has a lot of health here left. She has 80%. There's also a punch up, by the way. There's a rank 5 Nico versus rank 4 anti-venom. I think here I'm probably going to throw one more SP1 to refresh. Yeah, I'm going to throw one more SP1 to refresh the Evolved Mutation and passive from the SP3 because I didn't want that to go to waste, or I didn't want it to go away. Looking back, I probably could have just let it expire and then gone for the SP2 because I think just with 8 Furies, this fight is pretty much over. But this fight's about to be over in I think the next 30 seconds. Which is crazy. The damage is absolutely absurd. I threw the striker there so that my Evolved Mutation passive gets paused from the SP3, and again, it doesn't even matter because it expires anyway, but still the damage right here is absolutely absurd with 8 Furies. This is I mean, the amount of health we've just erased in the last minute is ridiculous. It's probably been around 1 million health, and that's just with pretty standard anti-venom knowledge and mechanics, and there the fight is over. I saw a 70k crit in there. So that Nico goes down. That's definitely, I think that was the easiest fight of the war for me, and then it's the combination of Nico is pretty easy with anti-venom, but also just some tough fights in the beginning of my path there at the beginning of this war video. Dark Phoenix was rough. Even Venom, I messed up and was very close to dying there. And then Maestro just getting chipped down. I also took a hit from his SP2. Like, there was a lot of moments during this war with those 3 fights where I was like, wow, like I'm about to die. I need to clutch up. The Photon also, wow, the Photon fight was, I almost died there too. So there were just a lot of almost near death moments. And with that war boss, I mean, I was at like 85% health for the whole thing because of the regen, and just was not worried at all. Once you get into the flow with things with anti-venom, it's just crazy. So hopefully you guys enjoyed and learned a thing or two about how I like to take my war fights, kind of what I'm planning, what I'm going through in my head, and I'll see you for the next one. Take care.